Aqua and Enimado.
Good morning.
And how we all doing?
Oh, by God's grace, I'm doing fine, exceedingly well.
Awesome. We'll see if you feel the same way after Presec loses in the nationals. Oh, did I say that? Oh, that was a Freudian slip.
Of course, I mean, yeah.
But anymore,
yes,
interesting contest coming up this week.
Yes, indeed. So finally, the 1/8 stage is upon us. Now there are 81 schools and 27 contests starting from the 24th of June. That's Monday, the 24th of June, which is today.
So the first contest is at 10 a.m.?
Yes, the first contest is at 10 a.m. Today at 1 p.m. though, we see 5-time winner, Presec, even though the last time they won was 10 years ago. So, but anyway, we see them go against.
If you don't want any, you are there comparing when somebody won something.
They went to the finals.
It's in our collective interest that anyone delivers it without any commentary on it. Else we have
I cannot promise. Right. I cannot promise.
Yeah,
that,
because clearly you can't do this.
Stick to the facts. Yes, allow your listeners to.
Okay,
what she said is fact.
Okay, so I'm going to stick to the facts.
But what you said is fact.
So Presec Legon, who have won 5 times, but the last time they won was 10 years ago,
which is
will be facing Oforipeyin and Asin State College at 1 p.m. today. We also have Anglo SHS facing Kumasi Academy and Holy Child, who have never been to the semi-finals, which is also fact. Good morning to all our Holy Child,
especially Doreen Ando.
We do love you so much, and Mami and Winado, who we are waiting for China to wake up. So good morning to Mami. And we also have Ganata facing Adisco and Insutaman SHS. So on Thursday, we have TIMAS from now facing Ibuakwa State College and Accra Academy. Good morning, Sami Odame, and we'll see how well you do there. Raymond has been waiting to see how Accra Academy does in this year's contest. On Friday, we see Atebubu face Laboni and Prempeh College, who are also 4-time champions, second only to the Great Presec, which won 10 years ago.
But it's instructive to note that 2 of Prempeh College's 4 wins were within the past 10 years.
Yes, indeed.
That is also fact.
Late bloomers, yes, we have heard that.
Yeah,
before.
but I think we should call them present bloomers.
Late.
As opposed to past
as for them,
bloomers.
their form is current.
Yes,
their form is very current.
So on Friday the 28th, we also see Presby SHS in Kwetia go against Achimota School and St. Thomas Aquinas, who have won only once, but however, their win was epic because they beat Presec. So when I pause, I think, Raymond, you should just fill it because they beat Presec. So we'll see them on Friday. And then we have Breman Esikuma SHS facing Akweman SHS, facing, of course, the very prestigious only girls' school to have gone to a semi-final. And, of course, we graciously took Infantiman along with us for sightseeing. Wesley Girls High School be facing these 2 schools on Friday the 28th. On Saturday the 29th, we see St. Peter's, and we've been watching out for them as well. They go against Apham and Drobo. Wednesday the 1st, we see St. Louis versus Chemu and Osino Presby. Then on Tuesday, the 2nd of July, we have a rather, I'm a bit reluctant to say, but I think it's actually going to be quite a boring contest between Infantsipim, that school, and St. Augustine's College. I'm looking forward to seeing how Swedru will do in that contest.
You know what, anymore? I agree totally, because I saw the Shell, I was like, when are we starting the competition? Because it's like we only have Augusto. But Swedru is a great school. Swedru is a great school. So I'm looking forward to see how Swedru performs.
Anyway.
But please, if you are looking for an advancement contest, come to the quarterfinals. This one, I'm not very sure.
It's interesting how the underdogs actually make commentary on how they are going to perform.
I know, right? But finally, can I just
especially the semi-finalists who are proud that they only went to semi-finals.
So the last
as opposed to those who didn't go to the semi-finals last year.
Moving on.
The year before.
Wednesday, the 3rd of July, which is the last day, we see Krobo Girls go against Obuasi and St. Francis Xavier Junior Seminary. So we're watching out for that. Good morning, MFR Pau. Her school goes against Mauli and GSTS, who are the Giants from the West.
Sailed through.
Ola
sailed
Giants, yes. They were the highest
you know, MFR Power has shown that fasting really works.
Yeah.
You may lose the race, the contest, but you will still come.
We want her to do the video now.
Please, if I do it a week,
that's
still not confident. All right, guys. Thank you very much, Ediwa, for bringing us the NSMQ updates. Remember, the conversation is on social media. #NSMQ on Joy. When is your school going to run? When is your school going to contest? Let us know. How many points is your school going to get? Let us know as well on Twitter and on Facebook. Right, we can now do front pages. Straight to it, guys.
Now, the Chronicle is reporting this morning Tedam has left a monumental pain beyond consolation. That is the MPP Council of Elders chairman. That is one stalwart who was in the 1969 Parliament representing China, Paga there. Manhunt for ex-GPHA worker. And this is an interesting development because the last few days we've heard of pastors. But this time around, the guy is the one swindling a pastor. And that's on the front page of the Chronicle. Police stop demo over terror threat, but organizers say circuit court has no power to issue the order. Daniel, in Takwa, the police is suspecting there's some terrorism that's likely to happen there. So no demonstration. It reminds me of some 2016
Of course,
events.
we have seen this before. Let my vote count alliance demo. The police said there was going to be terror attacks, and so they will not be able to provide them protection.
But the demonstration came off.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Was it a terror attack?
Because after they went to court, and the court
The
said
court
that
cleared the
police
terror
cannot
attack.
continue to assist.
Okay, so maybe the terrorists saw the court case and they decided we won't.
Yeah.
Let's do the
They chose a
Economic
different
Times
day.
front page stories. Cocobot seeks 1.3 billion from banks to buy beans from farmers. Ghanaians will pay 11% more for electricity. 3 more assets needed to usher in free continental trade.
Now, the Herald is reporting this morning GCB workers drag bank to court over dismissals, and there's also criticism against alternative medicine. Dr. Nyakote says it is needless. That's on the front page of the Herald.
The Ghana Observer has EC rubbishes NDC's claim over secret registration centers in Ashanti. Government to name UDS Navrongo campus after CK Tedam. MP supports 240 students in 2 years.
There is tension brewing in the voter region, according to the new Crusading Guide. On the front page also is Akufo-Addo under pressure to oust Western North Regional Minister. But when did he come into office anyway? But the story you should be interested in now, there is actually Eric Kafuyi-Wonyo Memorial Foundation has commissioned a pavilion at Legon Presec, and wonderful facilities, wonderful infrastructure. When others are competing over semi-final stages, others are doing monumental things.
That's a new Crusading Guide, right? I
Yes,
have the
please.
Daily Guide newspaper. Canadian girls kidnappers storm Kumasi. Otumfuo set for Dagbon Peace Award. China hosts African ministers. Group petitions charge over Mahama cars. CBG courts customers trust. Back page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Kotoko lift normalization committee special cap.
And there's
Do you
terrible
want me
news.
to read that again?
Yes.
Kotoko lift NC special cap.
That's important to note anyway.
The phobia people will get you. Go ahead.
Now, the Ghanaian Times is reporting this morning Ghana Health Service to ban mobile phone use in hospitals, and 15-year-old new jobbing student has been murdered. And this girl was murdered just yesterday. There's another story you should be interested in on that front page. 3 arrested for kidnapping and robbing students. And this happened in Nkaria too.
Malik, before you go, Raymond, make sure you start with that 15-year-old.
Yes, that's
Okay.
the very first one.
Malik.
The Daily Statesman newspaper has NDC power flops again. March 2018 opposed tariff reduction. February 2019 opposed no change. June 2019 opposes tariff increase. Other stories, make a breeze safe again. That's campaigners arguing. Those are the stories on the front page of the Daily Statesman newspaper.
Please do the back page of the Daily Statesman because of anymore. I beg you.
Okay. Which one? The
The
boxing.
one on
boxing.
top.
And the Ruiz Jr. says Anthony Joshua lacks boxing skills and vows to win again.
It looks like I agree with him.
On behalf of all men
Because
with
of your-
bellies.
And Raymond is claiming this one.
Raymond is in agreement.
Collective win.
Okay, so no, but we want to start. Right?
Yes, the very last paper I have before me is the Finder. It's saying troubling education statistics. 25% of people who are supposed to be in senior high schools are not in school.
The back page, okay, let me start with the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Can the elephants trample over Bafana? Kotoko beat Karela to win special competition, book place in CAF Champions League. Front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Gospel musician arrested for selling spiritual water as cure for HIV/AIDS. Government can't sack CEOs. That's the Supreme Court declaring. And the Consolidated Bank launches tagline. Those are the stories on the front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper.
Very interesting ones, especially that spiritual water story and the government not sacking the CEOs. But before we do anything else, Raymond, I really want to hear about that 15-year-old student.
So the 15-year-old, we are told, is Linda Santi, according to the Ghanaian Times, and Kingsley Hope from Kumasi is the one filing that particular report. And this incident we talked about, they found the young lady on Friday in the bush. They found her in the bush with her limbs, private part, and other vital parts of the body chopped off. This was because of a period they've been given out of school, like a week or so. So she was on some vacation. And a week before that, she went missing. So the entire community in Josu near Jabin. The girl goes to school at Jabin Secondary School. Jabin is actually the chairman of the Council of State. That's where he's actually chief.
Oh, yeah,
so that is in the Ashanti region. You know, there's Kofodia, New Jabin too. But this is Jabin, the Ashanti region.
Okay.
So that is where the girl goes to school. Near her school is where she was found in the bush with body parts. Now, the police sources are saying that she might have struggled because there are signs that she struggled and might have been more than just an individual in this case. She struggled with the people that actually captured her and ended up killing her in the process and taking the body parts. The police are investigating this matter, and the people in the specific area are worried. Also worried is the students in the school in this case. They are afraid for their security. We understand that the headmaster and others have said they would ask the police to come and help them with security in this particular case. So that's the pretty terrible story from
very
there.
disturbing details, particularly about these parts of her body chopped off. But
yes.
It seems that the Canadian girls have a lot to be grateful for, Malik.
Yes, that they are, because the 8 persons who were arrested by the police in connection with the kidnapping of these Canadians were taken back to Kumasi, and were taken back to Kumasi by the police to do what the police call retracing of the crime scene.
Okay.
That's exactly what they, and these are Seydou Abubakar. We have heard about him in the media. He's AKA Mba. He was the person who is believed to be a ringleader in the kidnapping of the 2 Canadians, and they were taken to Kumasi from Accra, where they are based. The other persons who were arrested in connection with this, who were also taken to Kumasi, are Samson Obalo, Elvis Ojijowe, Jeff Omasa, Yusuf Yakub Abdul Nasser, Sufyan Abubakar, and Abdul Rahman. These are the persons that were taken to Kumasi. And a source, according to the Daily Guide newspaper, said they were in Kumasi for what we call in police search without warrant. That's what they took them for. Now, the 8 persons were marched to the uncompleted 2-bedroom building at Kenyasi Atachansi, where these 2 Canadians were kept. Beyond that, they were also taken to all the locations that incidents happened, where they picked them, the place where the ladies were lodged in. Now, the ringleader, who is Seydou Abubakar, according to the police, rented 5 different houses at the same time. And they were taken to all of these 5 places where he rented. They were taken to the places of the other 7 members of this gang. The police did what they call search without a warrant. They searched all the rooms, all the places where these people lived, in attempt to gather evidence and compile whatever information that they may gather in connection with what roles they played relating to this kidnapping.
All the more reason why activities of such persons should be tracked at all times. I'm talking about persons who come into the country. Because, I mean, if you had the right ID card and your ID cards were demanded before you could rent an apartment, for instance, it could be flagged. That's one person has rented 5 buildings, and it could be for suspicious activity. But anyway, the police are still investigating and will follow that. Let's move from that into education, because there are some troubling statistics that I just saw this morning.
Yes. Now, the multiple indicator cluster survey. That is the survey done by the Ghana Statistical Service. Of course, it looks at several other indicators of your growth, development, and how far we are going in specific areas. Now, it's released some data for the 2017-2018 round, which is the 6th round on education. And it's particularly troubling because the main reason why we embarked on the free tuition free and also supporting students free education at the senior high school level was to make sure that finance was never a problem for people enrolling in these particular schools. Now the problem here is that 25% of those who are supposed to be in senior high schools are not in school. This according to a survey.
Really?
25% of those who are supposed to be in senior high schools are not in school. It proceeds to say that the completion rates are 71 and 83 for primary school, 71 for primary school, and 83 for JHS. So even before they get to the senior high school, we always have like 1/5 of the number not being able to complete the primary school.
Really?
Again, a little bit more than that actually get to complete also the junior high school too. By the time we get to the SHS, we have just 25% of them not going to school at all. Now let's look at it carefully, and that's where perhaps on one side might sound like good and on the other side might also be troubling. 80% of girls and 20% of boys are not in secondary school. So you see the difference there.
So 18%
there are more
of
girls.
all girls, Raymond, take your
Yes.
time. 18% of all girls who are of school going age in
Yes.
that secondary school bracket are not in school.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the other part. Now, when it comes to junior high school, 7% of the girls and 8% of boys are not in school.
Okay.
Now, when you go up, 15% of girls and 17% of boys are at risk of dropping out of school. So, and I'm reading this so that I get the difference in there. Now, 29% of girls and 40% of boys are at risk of dropping out of JHS specifically.
Okay.
So when you move on to the point, the indications of completion rate I've told you about, there is also 16% of girls and 35% of boys are over age at primary school and also junior high school too.
But they are in school.
They are in school.
But they are over age.
Now, the interesting part is that when you move beyond primary school, for JHS, girls are likely to perform better than boys.
I didn't need statistics to tell me that. I had some very, very intelligent girls in my class.
Everybody has.
And
you know,
everybody
and
has.
they're always number 1 or 2, isn't
They
it?
always beat you.
And
Telling
comparatively,
you.
as our systems have already shown, school completion is very low at rural and poor areas. The Greater Accra leads the highest in terms of school completion and also enrollment. And on the other side, when it comes to reading and numeracy, the Greater Accra still leads. Northern region and Upper West region are the least when it comes to these things. And girls are better at reading, boys are better at numeracy. That's what the multi-indicator cluster survey is telling you.
Interesting.
That means that our targeted plan of making sure girls go to school seems to be working. What we've not been able to do is to make sure that right from the beginning, we get every child in school. I remember in 2005, UNICEF reported that there were 500,000 young people of school-going age who were not in school.
We need to peruse that number further in 3 years when we've had free SHS for 3 years, from 1 to 3, so that
See
we
how
know
much it's contributing
exactly
to whether the numbers are increasing or not. But let's do this one. So one brother, Sammy, who is a gospel musician, was arrested by the police for selling spiritual water, which he says is efficacious and can fight HIV/AIDS. It's actually a cure, not just fight. It's a cure for HIV. The FDA says, no, sorry, you have not submitted anything to us and we have not approved this as capable of curing HIV/AIDS. Therefore, the FDA reported him to the police because he had done a video which was circulating on social media. He was actually granting interviews. In fact, immediately before he was arrested, he granted a TV interview in which he insisted that his spiritual water is capable of curing HIV/AIDS, and that anybody who wants should try it because he had tested it. It's proven to be efficient and effective and efficacious. He tested it on people and they were cured.
You know the biggest concern? It has DDT in it. The holy water has DDT in it.
That's what he's
The
selling.
substance that when we pour in water, fish die.
That's what he's selling as cure for HIV. Is the reason the FDA reported him. And he had the
demented
guts
people.
to grant television interviews to promote this.
In any case, our public health act says you cannot even advertise any cure for. How
You
is
know
that
what? Sometimes we should be
possible?
fair. No. Sometimes we should be real and turn a gun on ourselves, Raymond. because we shouldn't also allow such people on our platforms.
Well,
sometimes we should also be real, Malik. I mean,
I agree with
yeah.
you. Unfortunately, we let a lot of things slide by. You hosted the Center for Plant Medicine here and the Ghana East Commission, where these matters were the major discussions about claims, the unverified and untested claims.
Okay, before we do online, Raymond, in 30 seconds,
Yes.
come to me with this mobile phone.
Okay,
story.
so the Director General of the Ghana Health Service says that they are going to ban the use of mobile phones by health professionals in our various institutions. This is to just improve the quality of service they deliver to people. They say they receive complaints that instead of looking at me and looking at the patient, the doctor, nurse, or whoever is in that capacity might be very busy on the phone doing what is all related to work, and mobile phone is becoming an obstruction to quality healthcare delivery.
You have
in
done
this case.
15 of the 30 seconds. Let me take the remaining 15 of the 30 seconds Daniel gave and say that the Supreme Court has declared that henceforth chief executives can no longer be removed from office merely because an election has been conducted and one person has won as president. That this is inconsistent with provisions of the 1992 Constitution, even though Section 14 of a law which were passed in 2012 allowed this to happen. The Supreme Court said that that section has been repealed because it is inconsistent with the
So
Constitution.
this has limited the president's powers to fire CEOs.
Yes,
Malik.
yes. So
since the Cocoa story, do you remember the Cocoa story? The Ghana Ivory Coast Cocoa story.
Yes.
This is the best news I've heard all year.
What?
Since the Cocoa,
It's a good
limited
story.
the president's
So
powers.
Gordon Edutamaklo is a lawyer for the
Yes.
person who went to court on this matter, and the court has ruled.
Because listen, if we don't limit the powers of a president, we will continue this Superman politics for the next 60 years, where the president hires and fires everybody. Anyway, now I'm the one talking too much. I need to go on the online news review. It's brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest, Goil Good Energy. Make your day productive by relying on quality fuel from Goil, your 3-time CIMG Petroleum Company of the Year. Goil Super XP and Diesel XP are activated to enhance strong engine performance and prolong the lifespan of your vehicle. Above all, you are guaranteed extra quality with our fuel analyzer from our mobile laboratory van. Get your money's worth every day by buying fuel and lubricants from any of Goil's over 360 service stations nationwide and experience good energy. Buy Goil, Grow Ghana, Goil Good Energy, Goil Yenara Yedia. Now, when it comes to traveling with ease and comfort, Zenith Bank's wide array of MasterCard and Visa cards will help you do just that. You can conveniently use your Zenith MasterCard and Visa cards at over 33 million Visa and MasterCard branded ATMs worldwide. On the internet for online purchases and payments, in-shop for payments of goods and services, at all Zenith Bank ATMs, and on local and international POS or retail outlets that accept Visa and MasterCard. Sign up today, or if you already have one, use the Zenith Bank MasterCard and Visa cards for a great travel experience. Go light with Zenith Bank. It's faster and smarter. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. MyJoyOnline.com begins with CBG pays out 2 billion Ghana cedis to depositors and MFIs from bonds. If you want to know more about what is going on in the banking sector post the cleanup, stay with us because Al Hassan and Danny will be on the show today. The MD of Stanbic Bank, the president of the Ghana Association of Bankers. Rap battle round 1, Medical versus Strongman. Who won? And I'll ask my in-house entertainment expert Raymond Nakwa. Medical or Strongman? Who has won?
Oh, Strongman is in a comfortable lead unless there's any monumentous development on the side of
medical.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see if there's monumental development.
I mean,
he's not just a fact checker, he's an entertainment man.
Wonderful.
BBC.com says Mauritania opposition.
He hasn't asked my opinion.
Ruling party.
I will protest later.
If it's a sacking of CEOs, I'll ask you, Malik. All right, then we'll be right back. Stay with us. This is a Super Morning Show.